come in to watch the Aarti at 7 p.m.
All right, okay. Yeah, well, we'll go up until 7. I'll
Mm.
do some music and bhajans as I would normally do. And then I'll give my own unique unique type of a class.
Oh, I need to let you know the verse, isn't it? I've got it here. It's 1864.
1864. Oh, can you tell me what it is?
Yeah, I'll just bring it up.
64. I know 1865. I know that verse quite well. 1866 is obviously very famous. 1864.
I've just shared my screen. It's this one.
Oh, Guya. Guya means confidential. Salva Guya tamam Guya. Shunume paramam bacha. Ishto sti me dridham iti. Drida means firm or very emphasizing. Something very, it says very there. Tato, tataha means therefore. Tataha or yes, it's there. Shami, I am speaking. Te hitam, hito Upanishad means that Upanishad gives you the most benefit. Very nice. Can you recite that the translation?
Yeah, because you are my very dear friend, I'm speaking to you my supreme instruction, the most confidential knowledge of all. Hear this from me, for it is for your benefit. Oh, really nice.
Yeah. Okay. It's very nice. You know what is the significance of this verse here before you read the purport? What is the significance here?
Is
a very, very powerful message in that it's so profound, the Gita, it's so deep. Every time you read it, you go, it's like digging a garden, you know. Every time you read it, you go a bit deeper into it, into what Krishna is saying. So what do you think is important in that shloka there? Okay, so leave it there.
I'm just just making it.
What's very significant here? What's very significant is that again, Krishna is emphasizing that I am a person. I'm just like you. You are just like me, but you are not me. I am like you, but I am not you. And as a person, I have friends. And it's telling Arjuna, because you are my very dear friend. You're not just my friend, but you're a very dear friend to me. Priyosi me. You're very dear to my heart. And this is God emphasizing how personal the spiritual world is. That is coming through loud and clear.
Wow.
That the spiritual world is extremely personal and the material world is extremely impersonal. So the material energy is an impersonal energy, which is coming from Brahman, and it's Brahman related through Mahavishnu and Lord Shiva. And the spiritual world is ultra, super duper personal. That is coming through in that one verse. What do you think of that?
Wow, yeah. With my very dear friend, yeah, there's that emphasis.
And that's just because of reading the Gita several times. That's all.
Wow. That's
and
amazing.
When I do slokas, and I teach slokas online through Slokaship Unlimited, when I do this, I emphasize again and again that you cannot, it's impossible to over-recite shlokas. Yeah, it's impossible. The more you recite them, the more you go deeper, the sweeter and the more deeper and more wonderful it becomes.
Yeah, I can really now here see the benefit of understanding the, of going through the breakdown of the words, how each word can help you understand the meaning.
Yeah, that comes
Like,
from Shloka. That's part of what we call Slokaship Unlimited.
yeah, because
Which
if I had, oh sorry, I was just gonna say if I had read this, I would have missed, the significance of the use of very. But because you had pointed it out here, what it means, then it makes you read like the Sanskrit word, then you realize that it also it's there for a reason.
well, this is how God speaks, you're a very dear friend, and he appreciates it very much that we give our, he's given us complete independence to act as we like, but we choose to be in his group and to give him the service, and we choose that. But there are unlimited billions and trillions of living entities who don't do that.
Mhm.
And they're in the material world. And it has to be like that. It has to be complete. He gives us complete independence. As far as we can be independent from him, he gives us that in this world. The ultimate independence is to be in the material world. And we are in the total illusion that not only are we independent of Bhagwan, but we actually, there's no God. And he gives us the intelligence to create fanciful theories and philosophies that support that God can't exist. Amazing. So, okay, I'm just going to get my drink, and then we'll start, and hopefully we'll have a few people come in. Otherwise, we'll have a short session.
Okay, yeah. Thank you.
I've been doing Slokaship now for 2 years, coming up to, no, excuse me, 3 years now, coming up to April the 11th. I started on April the 11th, 2020. The Slokaship, I was thinking of doing it for many years, online Shlokas, but I wasn't sure how to do it because I never heard of Zoom before.
Oh, I see.
Then-
Yeah, because I thought you were doing it for a long time.
No. I was thinking of it. I thought, well, I could do it through Mayapur TV. How would I do it though? Where's the interactive? How would we interact? How would I accomplish that? And I wasn't sure. And then this COVID hit, all my schoolwork stopped. And then I found out about Zoom. So I was doing it free on Zoom. And then I found out that if you pay for Pro Zoom, you can go as long as you like, up to with 100 people on board. So then that became a format then to have these meetings.
You can. I was thinking about, how School of Bhakti, they do different courses.
Yeah.
Some are like just one course, 2 hours long, 1 hour long. Some are across a few sessions. You could do something with them if you wanted to, like if something to do with shlokas.
Yeah, what are they called?
A school of bhakti at the manor.
Pool of Bhakti.
Yeah,
Well,
they offer.
why
They
don't
offer.
do you know how to contact them?
Yeah, I can find out who the best person would
Yeah,
be to
yeah,
contact.
because I've got used to it now. I've got used to working with the screen like this and talking and it works well. It works well. It's like everyone's in the same room, really.
Mhm.
And
And
I've
people,
seen how people have learned. Some of my students have learned over 100 shlokas now.
wow, and it's so convenient for students as well, for people.
Very, very convenient. You're in your own home and you're getting, you get the association of an idiot like me, give you encouragement that if he can do it, anyone can do it. And that's why I learned Sanskrit. That's why I took Sanskrit lessons, because I thought, well, I'm not a literate person. I jumped out of school at the age of 15. I didn't spend the last year at my school. I was not interested. I was so not interested in it. Wasn't education I wasn't interested. I wasn't interested what it represented, what education represented it to me.
Mhm.
I wasn't interested in what it meant. I was a very, very rebellious, and I was a very rebellious person in society, and I used to write songs about the world and this. I was a very outspoken, rebellious type person,
Mhm.
and I didn't want to be nasty, but I wasn't frightened to express myself. Even if the whole school was against me, I'd still stand up, and say my bit, which I did. I did on a few occasions, and I really got it as well.
Mhm.
I nearly got expelled once. Anyway, that's the whole thing, is to be able to stand up for Krishna. And Prabhupada is my hero,
Mhm.
because he stood up not only against the world, he stood up even against his own god brothers, who were
Mhm.
supposed to support him and help
Mhm.
him, encourage him, and he wasn't getting. He was getting the opposite from his own god brothers. Very, very unfortunate that is. And then at the end of his life, he asked for forgiveness from his god brothers. That I had to speak like this so my disciples understand this and that. But please forgive me for, interesting, very interesting. So let's have a look at where we are here. I've had to use my Vedabase for other purposes, so I've lost the page now. But I know we're on the prayers of the kings, and a fabulous prayers, liberation of. It's Lord Krishna and returns to city of Hastinapur. That's the chapter. The kings have said prayers. Do you remember after delivering his instructions to the kings? Or is it before? Every one of you must understand. Do you remember?
Um, I think it's I think we'd read this is the disease of political power.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe it's the next one. Or
Yeah, it's okay. The kings continue. Okay. Well, look, people are in transit. Alex may come in. Janavatsala may come in. Charnalavinda. Just a minute.
Mhm.
Oh, Charnalavinda. Now he'll be sitting down in his home thinking, oh, what shall I do tonight? And then when I call him, he says, oh, thank you very much. You've reminded me for the, 100 199,000th time. Charanaravinda. Yes. I was surprised when you told me that you was taking, these classes for the Gita. You were arranging them. I thought, wow, that's amazing.
Oh gosh, when I first started doing it, it was the most difficult service.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Prabhu, we are awaiting your illustrious, auspicious association. Oh, you're just tuning in now. Okay, Haribol.
That was so quick.
Well, as they say, when someone just appears, when you're thinking of them,
Yeah.
Chiranjeev, Chiranjeev. You have long life, sir, long life. You were just coming, you were just now coming, and we thought of you as you were coming. So that means Chiranjeev, you will live for at least another 100 years.
Oh, I don't want to live 100 years in this life, not in this body. I'd take another body and get a new birth, perhaps.
Well, that's very painful to do that, but it's possible, as we already know.
It's painful living in this body.
People say to me, "Oh, you will live for another 100 years. You will live, I said, "Oh, what? Only 100?
Yeah.
I thought I was eternal. Oh, that's disappointing."
Yeah.
Okay, let's do the prayers. You can look at the page. Jigna's giving you the link, and we're just going to start reading, and we'll wait. Janavatsa or Janaki is here now. So we'll start now the Krishna prayers. Krishna, 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 Krishna. Hey, Jigna.
Krishna, 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 Pahi Mam.
Krishna, hey.
Krishna, hey. I am so sorry.
Krishna, 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 Rakshamam. Jigna.
Rama, Rama.
No. Jigna, it's Krishna, Krishna.
Krishna, 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 Pahi Mam.
Then Charanaravinda.
Rama Raghava, Rama Raghava, Rama Raghava Rakshamam.
And then finally, Janaki here. Hare Krishna. Or is it Janavatsala? No.
Janaki, Haribol.
Oh, it's the heroine of Leicester. Haribol. Oh, glories to Krishna's cows in Rutland.
Haribol, Haribol.
Well, Janaki, what a wonderful devotee Janaki is.
Nah.
Yes, well, you would say that. And thank God you did. If someone said that about me, I'd say, yeah, actually, yeah, you're right.
No,
Rascal. Okay. And the final line of this beautiful prayer recited by Lord Chaitanya on his tour of South India is.
What do you want me to sing? Oh,
Krishna Keshav.
Krishna Keshava, Krishna Keshava, Krishna Keshava, Krishna Hey.
Pahimam.
Pahimam. Sorry.
There we go. Out of practice, it's okay.
Out of practice, yeah.
So we're reading now this chapter here. Lord Krishna returns to Hastinapur. It's chapter 74 in the Krishna book.
Okay.
We're several paragraphs down. Jarasandha has just been ripped to pieces by Bhima from head to torso, 2 pieces, and the kings imprisoned by Jarasandha, 20,800 kings or 300 kings, are now been praying and offering beautiful, exceptionally enlightened prayers to the Lord. And now we've come to the point where the prayers are being spoken. Prabhupada has given some small purports in between the prayers, and we're coming to now to the final part of where the kings are finishing their prayers to Lord Krishna. The kings continue, Jigna. Go ahead.
Hare Krishna. The kings continued, O Lord, we were simply engaged in the abominable task of killing citizens and alluring them to be unnecessarily killed, just to satisfy our political whims. We did not consider that your lordship is always present before us in the form of cruel death. We were so foolish that we became the cause of death for others, forgetting our own impending death. But, dear Lord, the force of the time element, which is your representative, is certainly insurmountable. The time element is so strong that no one can escape its influence. Therefore, we have received the reactions of our atrocious activities, and we are now bereft of all opulences and stand before you like street beggars. We consider our position your causeless, unalloyed mercy upon us, because now we can understand that we were falsely proud, and that our material opulences could be withdrawn from us within a second by your will. By your causeless mercy only, we are now able to think of your lotus feet. This is our greatest gain. Dear Lord, everyone knows that the body is a breeding ground of diseases. Now we are quite aged, and instead of being proud of our bodily strength, we are getting weaker day by day. We are no longer interested in sense gratification or the false happiness derived through the material body. By your grace, we have now come to the conclusion that hankering after such material happiness is just like searching for water in a desert mirage. We are no longer interested in the results of our pious activities, such as performing great sacrifices to be elevated to the heavenly planets. We now understand that such elevation to a higher material standard may sound very relishable, but actually there cannot be any happiness within this material world. We pray for your lordship to favor us by instructing us how to engage in the transcendental loving service of your lotus feet, so that we may never forget our eternal relationship with your lordship. We do not want liberation from the entanglement of material existence. By your will, we may take birth in any species of life, it does not matter. We simply pray that we never forget your lotus feet under any circumstances. Dear Lord, we now surrender unto your lotus feet by offering our respectful obeisances unto you, because you are the Supreme Lord, the personality of Godhead, Krishna, the son of Vasudeva. You are the super soul in everyone's heart, and you are Lord Hari, who can take away all miserable conditions of material existence. Dear Lord, your name is Govinda, the reservoir of all pleasure, because one who is engaged in satisfying your senses satisfies his own senses automatically. Dear Lord, you are very famous, for you can put an end to all miseries of your devotees. Please, therefore, accept us as your surrendered servants.
All right, this is lovely prayers. Has everyone got the page? Has everyone got the paragraph?
I have now.
Lord Krishna enters Hastinapur. Is that correct? Is that the paragraph? The chapter?
Yes.
Right, and we're down. I don't know how long we got to go. It looks like there's a long way to go. Oh no, we're about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 5 or 6 paragraphs away from the end of the chapter. Janaki, did you find it yet? About 5
Yeah.
away from the end.
I have. Can you hear me? No.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, that's all right then. Yes, I found it. Yeah.
After hearing the prayers of the kings, yeah. So
Yeah.
here the kings are, these are kings now, These are relatively ordinary kings. I mean, kings are very special. Their souls that have performed, pious activities in previous lives. Srimat. They can be born in a Srimat or rich family, or a Suchi, pure Brahmin priest family, etc. So, but yeah, these kings, you see, I often think like this as I've been reading Prabhupada's books for a while, and I've been studying, and I teach Slokaship online, and I got some understanding of Sanskrit here, and I've heard great lectures for years, and Krishna in the heart has enlightened me in different ways. But I couldn't possibly pray like this. When I come before the Lord, I'm like a donkey. I'm like a donkey. I have no culture, no real knowledge. I just stand before, I say some prayers superficially, but these kings are putting it together very, very nicely, their position. So these are very exalted souls to do this. By comparison to myself, these kings are better than sannyasis. So that's my realization on this prayer. And of course, the Lord known as Hari is very special. One of Prabhupada's favorite, if not his favorite verse. I know in Satsvruta Maharaj's book, he is entitled Living with the Scriptures. He is entitled one chapter, Prabhupada's favorite verse, which he quoted as in reference to Thomas J. Hopkins asking Prabhupada about a favorite verse in the Vedas. And Prabhupada quoted does anyone know the verse he quoted to him as his favorite or as a favorite verse?
No.
It's in the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Jigna?
No, I don't know.
No, Prabhupada said as a favorite verse, not that it is his personal, but he said it's a favorite verse. Dharmasya hiya pavargasya nato tayo prakalpate natasya dhamaikontasya nato or he smritaha. I can't remember the last middle word there. But dharmasya hiya pavargasya. He quoted this verse as a favorite verse. But Prabhupada personally, his personal favorite, definitely one of his top 5 favorite verses. Anyone know what it could be? First of all.
I know one of his favorite verses. I don't know whether it's the favorite, but Janma Karma Chame Divyam, Bhagavad Gita.
Okay. You're going to the Back to Godhead now, back 1976. I remember that for Janmashtami. I remember that Back to Godhead article, Janma Karma Chame Divyam, 4:9.
Yeah.
That's good. But the favorite verse that Prabhupada really, really affected him a lot in his personal life, personally, that's why we say favorite, is Srimad Bhagavatam 1088.8. Who can find Srimad Bhagavatam 1088.8? Quickly, anyone? Any chances here? I'll give you 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6. Go on, Chana Ravinda Prabhu. 5.
No, it's in the cupboard.
4.
I found it.
Oh, Jigna's got, give it a clap there.
I can share my screen.
Go on then. Share the screen. Here we go.
Should I say the Sanskrit? Shri Bhagavan Uvacha.
Share the
Yes.
screen. Share the screen.
Oh, can you see it?
No,
Oh, sorry. Here
there
it
we
is.
go.
Oh,
Bolo, it's up. It's good.
Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Yasyaham Anugranami Harisye Tadhanam Shanai Tato Dhanam Tyajanti Yasya Svajana Dukha Dukhitam. The personality of Godhead said, if I especially favor someone, I gradually deprive him of his wealth. Then the relatives and friends of such a poverty-stricken man abandon him. In this way, he suffers one distress after another.
Haribo! Haribo! We're all suffering. Haribo!
I didn't expect this verse.
Devotees complain, oh, since I came to Krishna, my life has gone really tough, you know. And this is Prabhupada's very, very dear verse. Now, when he was in Vrindavan before coming to here to the West, he was writing a beautiful bhajan in the Radha Damodar temple called Vrindavan Bhajan. And in that Vrindavan Bhajan, he quotes this verse. And this verse came to Prabhupada many, many, many times. For example, once he was at the Gaudiya Mat in Mumbai in 1950s, or was it, 1950 something, he was there. And he received a telegram. And in the telegram, it said, "Dear Mr. Day, we are very sorry to have to tell you that your business in Allahabad has been completely ransacked by your own staff. All your stock is gone. The money, we don't know where." And Prabhupada, when he read it, he said, "Yasyaham manugrinami harishe tad dhanam shanai tato dhanam tyajantyasya swajana dukkha dukhitam." So when a devotee is anugrinami, the word anugrinami it means specially favored, not just a little bit. Not Krishna's giving you a wink or giving you a smile. Krishna especially is favoring you, Janaki. He's favoring you. He's favoring you. Jigna. Oh, look how Jigna is looking. She's starting to get worried now. Oh, wait a minute. It's okay. When Krishna favors his pure devotee, especially, he performs a lot of tricks to not only test the devotee, but use his devotee as a good example to show others. This is what it means to be Krishna conscious. Therefore, Prabhupada said many times that you have to walk through fire to become Krishna conscious. You have to be prepared to walk through the fire. And we don't like to hear all these things. It's like, oh no, do I have to? You know? But the thing is, when Krishna takes away everything from his devotees, and he does, he takes everything away from his devotees, either abruptly, like that one there was a beauty, that one, Allahabad, the telegram. Your business is gone, basically. Your day's pharmacy in Allahabad is no more. So Prabhupada, on several occasions, this verse came to him. And it's one of his very favorite verses. So this experience of taking away, the kings here, they've had everything taken away from them, their honor, their wealth, their bodily luster, the clothing is in tatters, they're looking like beggars, they're starving, they're weak, they've lost hope that they're not going to even survive, you know, they're hopeless. And they consider all this special mercy of Krishna. Special mercy of Krishna. So why would Krishna take everything from his devotee? Well, because he will give everything. He may take everything away, but he'll give that devotee 1,000,000 times more. And he did that with Prabhupada. And therefore, Prabhupada, he was very proud of his green card. Now, for an Indian national to get a green card in the USA back in the 1970s, it was very, very difficult. And Prabhupada would show his green card with great pride to people in India, especially Indian nationals, that I've got this green card. This is Krishna giving me this. He took my business, but he gave me a green card. You have to look at it in the practical, realistic situation here. And for Prabhupada, he was very, very pleased with that green card, and that he could visit the USA anytime for as long as he liked, just like we would like to visit India. Just now, me and my wife, we've just got India visa to go to Vrindavan and Mayapur in February. We haven't been there for a long time. And our school costumes, mukuts, beards, the stuff, you know, we use for the schools, it's worn out. A lot of things are worn out, and therefore we're visiting India. And now the visas come, and we just noticed now the visa, the e-visa we've got, it was half the price of the other visa that they were doing up until December, and they give you multiple entry on this one for 1 year. So we realized, gosh, you know, we could go to India now, and we could go back because Kartik is later coming this year than normal. It's in middle of November, so we could actually go, not middle of, I think it's the 7th or 8th of November. So we could even go for the last week of Kartik. No, Kartik that's Diwali's in November 8th, 7th. So Kartik will go to the 13th, 14th, I think. So we could actually go for a week of Kartik. I've never been to Vrindavan for Kartik. Has anybody been to Vrindavan for Kartik here?
No, I've never.
No, I've never been. Charanavinda Prabhu, you built that lovely garden, the lotus garden for Prabhupada in Vrindavan. Have you been to
Ooh,
Vrindavan for Kartik?
really?
Yeah,
Oh.
he built that garden.
Beautiful. I love that garden. So
Oh.
lovely. Well done.
Thank you,
Honor
my
to meet you, Charanavinda. Charanavinda.
Sure.
Haribol. Hare Krishna.
Hare Bol, Hare Krishna.
Yeah, he built that lovely thing on his own. He put it all together himself, designed it a lot. And it's
Very
still there today after all those years.
I had help from carpenters, from masons.
Yeah, of course, yeah. But you know, you got people involved, but you
That's
were
right.
Yeah.
You were the driving force behind it, I think. Yeah.
and Prabhupada liked it very much. He liked that garden
You do.
very, very much. And yeah, so you know, to get the visa, you know, we got a multiple entry, and we can go back in November next year because it's up until January the 14th. It's just been issued now on Jan the 14th. It means we don't have to apply for another visa. So to go there a couple of times in the year on one visa, now Prabhupada could go to America without the visa. Aha! It's a big deal. It sounds mundane, but it goes much deeper than that.
When I
Much
first
deeper.
went to India, we didn't need visas.
Oh, no, they paid you to go to India in those days. Please come to India. We'll pay for your ticket. Just come here and spend money.
Yeah.
So the visa, we have to look into things a little bit more. I remember reading the Lilamrita, and Prabhupada was talking about his green card. I thought, well, why would he be so fired up about a green card, for goodness sake? I couldn't understand that. It's nice, but for him, it represented Krishna. Well, it didn't represent Krishna. It represented Lord Ram. Lord Ram is green. So the green card represented Lord Ram. And for Prabhupada, everything, well, I know Janaki knows much more than myself, but every single thing represented Krishna to Prabhupada. Every single thing.
Yeah.
And Prabhupada said, when you love someone, everything relating to that person, you can see that person in it. So if you love someone, you see their shoes, you see their car, you see, today I saw somebody, I thought it was you, but it wasn't you, and now I feel blue. You were everything. Great song by the Stylistics in 1976, I think it was. And then when I heard it, I thought, oh, what a rotten song. You know, what a rotten song, everything is you. When I became Krishna conscious, oh, that's about Krishna. That was a fabulous song about Krishna. You are everything and everything is you. Do you know the song?
You are everything.
That's the one.
Everything is you.
And in
Yeah.
that high falsetto voice, today I saw something, I thought it was you. Okay, so enough of that. Let's carry on, Janaki, with the next part of this fantastic chapter.
Oh, the only trouble is because I've come back to this other screen, I've lost the other bit now.
Okay, Channel of Indapur, have you found it yet?
I did have it, but
After hearing the prayers, I'll carry on and you can catch up.
where is it? I can't find the.
It's chapter
The link.
74, and it's
No, I
about
mean, I
fourth
can't-
or fifth from the end.
can't find where I pressed the link now. I pressed the
Okay.
link before and I can't find it now. Where is it?
Okay, I'll continue reading.
Yeah.
And I hope everyone got something from what was came up from that little paragraph there. Prabhupada's favorite verses and what it means that when Krishna takes everything from you, it means he's preparing you to give you everything. That's why Krishna takes from his devotees. He's preparing them so that they are qualified to receive the whole world. That is why it's a hard sell to be Krishna conscious, because Krishna is planning to give you everything. Okay.
Okay, I found it now if you want me to read.
Yeah, carry on.
Okay.
What is the line opening? What's the opening line?
After hearing the prayers of the kings.
No.
It ends, the last one was, please therefore accept us as your surrendered servants.
So carry on, Janaki,
Okay,
and
right.
Janavinda will find it as you're speaking.
Okay. After hearing the prayers of the kings released from the prison of Jarasandha,
Yeah,
Lord
but-
Krishna, who is always the protector of surrendered souls and the ocean of mercy for the devotees, replied to them as follows in his sweet transcendental voice, which was grave and full of meaning. My dear kings.
Wait a minute. No, what we do in the Krishna book reading, when Krishna speaks in a grave voice,
Okay.
we put on a deep grave.
Okay. My dear kings, he said, I bestow upon you my blessings. From this day forth, you will be attached to my devotional service without fail. I give you this benediction as you have desired. You may know from me that I'm always sitting within your hearts as the Supersoul. And because you have now turned your faces toward me, I, as master of everyone, shall always give you good counsel, so that you may never forget me, and so that gradually you will come back home, back to Godhead. My dear kings, your decision to give up all conceptions of material enjoyment and turn instead toward my devotional service is factually the symptom of your good fortune. Henceforth, you will always be blessed with blissful life. I confirm that all of you have spoken about me. I confirm that all you have spoken about me in your prayers is factual. It is a fact that the materially opulent position of one who is not fully Krishna conscious is the cause of his downfall and his becoming a victim of the illusory energy. In the past, there were many rebellious kings, such as Haihaya, Nahusa, Vena, Ravana, and Narakasura. Some of them were demigods, and some of them demons. But because of their false perception of their positions, they fell from their exalted posts, and thus they no longer remained as kings of their respective kingdoms and were lost in the violence of abominable conditioned life.
That's very
Everyone, yep, shall I leave it there?
Yeah, because Charnavinda, did you find it yet, Prabhu? Okay, he's found it. I've asked him to unmute. Yeah, that's nice. Nahusha. Now, who knows who Nahusha is? They're talking about Vena. These are famous people. Nahusha. Tell me about Nahusha.
Don't know.
Nahusha Jigna.
No, I've not heard the name before.
Okay, Nahusha was a resident of Swagvasi of Indralok. And one day Indra had to leave Indralok. He had to go on the run. As usual, Indra is Zeus. Zeus and Indra are the same personality. Indra is very much affected by Rajagun. Without going into details, we all know what Rajagun means. So Indra was on the run there. He had to leave his post, and he left Nahusha in charge. And Nahusha was very attracted to the wife of Indra. You see, he's a chip off the old block, you could say. They all have the same enjoying spirit, intense enjoying. Tetam bhuktva swargalokam vishalam, kshine punya martyalokam vishanti. This is there in the 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, 9:21. Part of my shlokaship. I think it's level 4 of my shloka. We're learning this verse. So people in the heavenly region, they're intoxicated with the Purusha Bhav. It goes beyond any level we can understand. So Nahusha, being attracted very much to Indra's wife, was making approaches. Indra's, when the cat's away, the mice will play. So Sachi, the wife of Indra, was very getting disturbed more and more. And then at one point, Nahusha was being carried by 4 Brahmins on a palanquin. And at one point, he accidentally touched his foot to the shoulder of a Brahmin. And these Brahmins in Swag, they're very powerful. So he turned around and cursed him immediately to become a snake on the earth planet. And in this way, he fell from his position as an Indra, while Indra was away from his post. So this is Nahusha, okay? Vena we know very well. He was the father, you could say, of Prithu Maharaj, the incarnation of the Lord, Shaktivesh avatar of the Lord. Ravana we know. Narakasura is Bhaumasura, and that we've read his story of Bhaumasura recently. So there's a statement in the Vedas, in I don't know, it was the Bhagavatam or somewhere, Dhanam Anda Tamishna something. I've forgotten the Dhanam Anda. In other words, wealth, too much wealth, it completely blinds one. If you have got too much money, too much wealth, opulence, that means that no matter what you spend, you're not going to run out of money. You have no fear. It makes you artificially fearless, and you can't see the nose on your face. You can't see death coming. Death for you, there's no death. You think you live forever. So this dhanam, it's blind. Wealth completely blinds the soul. So these kings were blinded and now they can see clearly. Similarly, in Kali Yuga, what are we blinded by in Kali Yuga? What is blinding us? Who can tell me what is blinding us in the Kali? It's not wealth, because there's only 2% of the population of the planet, maybe 3, if that, who we could say are wealthy. You know, the rest of people are either poor, very poor, or completely struggling, or some of them are maybe artificially wealthy, living on credit cards. So what is the situation in Kali Yuga? Who can tell me? What is it? What is blinding people in Kali Yuga? Jigna?
Oh,
Charanavinda Prabhu. Oh, I will have to leave it to Janaki then. She's going to have to tell us.
Well, I mean, I don't know what you're looking for, but I mean, just
It could be anything, but
false identification with the body and thinking sense gratification is the be all and end all of everything.
oh,
give
her a clap.
Oh,
Wow, what a devotee.
stop it. Stop it.
This is a fact, because the intoxicating element of Kali Yuga is that the mode of ignorance is totally predominant. It's practically 100%. It's like 100%. All right, we may go down to 90%. There are other modes of nature in Kali Yuga, but what is the element? What is the element of nature that is affected very much by Tamagun? Bhumira porna lovayo kamano buddhirevacha ahankara. Ahankara itiyame bhina prakriti ashtadha. The ahankar is the element that is very much buddhi. Buddhi is in Sattvagun. The mind is Rajagun. Ahankar. So this ahankar is blinding everyone in Kali Yuga. It's intoxicating everyone, and we're very much under the influence of ahankar in Kali Yuga. So these kings are being relieved of their ahankar. And as soon as we're relieved of the ahankar, all the jignasu, all the vijigna or the vijnana comes flowing out of the soul, flowing. And that chit shakti, that cognizant and spiritual chit shakti is cognizant energy, knowledge, spiritual knowledge. It's flowing freely, just like Prabhupada could sit down at night and write purport after purport, dictated purport after, and listen to his own books being read and relish his own books, because he realized that Krishna was speaking through him. Wonderful. Okay, now, Charanavinda Prabhu, carry on.
Am I open? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, well, every one of you must understand.
Yeah.
Every one of you must understand that anything material has its starting point, growth, maintenance, expansion, deterioration, and finally disappearance. All material bodies are subject to these 6 conditions, and any relative acquisitions accumulated by this body are definitely subject to final destruction. Therefore, no one should be attached to perishable things. As long as one is within this material body, he should be cautious in worldly dealings. The most perfect way of life in this material world is simply to be devoted to my transcendental loving service and to execute honesty the prescribed duties of one's particular position. As far as you are concerned, you all belong to Kshatriya families. Therefore, you should live honestly according to the prescribed duties befitting the royal order and make your citizens happy in all respects. Keep to the standard of Kshatriya life. Do not beget children out of sense gratification, but simply take charge of the welfare of the people in general. Everyone takes birth in this material world in continuation of his previous life, and thus he is subject to the stringent laws of nature, such as birth and death, distress and happiness, profit and loss. One should not be disturbed by duality, but should always be fixed in by devotional service, and thus remain balanced in mind, satisfied in all circumstances, considering all things to be given by me. Thus one can. Well, I found it.
Okay, I'll carry on because this is coming to the end now.
One can live a very happy and peaceful life, even within material condition. In other words, one should actually be callous to the material body and its byproducts and should be unaffected by them. One should remain fully satisfied in the interests of the spirit soul and engaged in the service of the super soul. One should engage his mind only in thinking of me. One should simply become my devotee. One should simply worship me, and one should offer his respectful obeisances unto me alone. In this way, one can cross over this ocean of omniscience very easily, and at the end, come back to me. In conclusion, your lives should be constantly be engaged in my service.
Oh, thank you very much, Prabhu. That was a lovely paragraph. What do you think of that paragraph, Janaki, Mataji?
Yeah, it's really amazing. Yeah. Not easy though.
Oh, no. If it was easy, it wouldn't be worth it, would it?
No,
No.
that's true.
No, our problem in Kali Yuga
Yeah.
is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam 1.1.10. Who knows Srimad Bhagavatam 1.1.10? I'll give you a clue. Prayena alpayu shabhya
I don't know it.
kalavasmin yuge janaha manda sumanda matayo
Oh,
manda bhagyupadrutaha. Yes.
yeah. I recognize the last part of it.
Oh,
Manda
learned
Sukunda
one.
Mate.
Oh, learned one. In
Mhm.
this iron age of Kali, men have but short lives. Ayusha. The word Ayusha means Alpayusha. Alpa means small. Ayusha means Ayur Harati Vaipumsa. Bhaktisiddhanta's favorite verse. Ayu means lifespan. Our lifespan is shortened by the sun itself. The sun is taking away our life every day. So Alpayusha Sabhya, everyone is having very short lifespan in Kali Yuga. Prayena Alpayusha Sabhya Kalavasmin Yuge Janaha. This is a symptom of all jana. Jana means people. Janaha. Janaha means a person. Janao means two. And Janaha means many people, all people. So people in Kali Yuga, they're symptomatic of them is that they are short-lived. They're abhaga. Abhaga means unfortunate, unlucky. If it's going to go wrong, it's Sod's law. It'll go wrong. If it can go wrong, it will go wrong. Sod's law. This is Kali Yuga. Sod's law comes into full. Sod's law comes into full capacity in Kali Yuga. Manda Sumanda. Manda, we're very lazy. Sumanda, we're disturbed. No peace. Even when things are going well, we don't think it's going well. Even there's no problem, we're still looking for a problem. Or the weather's bad, or this is bad, or that somehow or another in Kali Yuga, we are very, very unfortunate creatures. And therefore, the ultimate problem is that we tend to be lazy and we want everything to be easy. And this was Prabhupada's very big criticism of the Americans, is that they want things to be easy, instant coffee, instant that, and they want to change things and throw things away. Prabhupada wouldn't even throw away an envelope that had been used. He'd say, no, this can be reused. So different type of thinking altogether. Abominable condition life. Yeah. That's really nice. So engage them. All right, this is the last purport now. I call them purport paragraphs. After delivering his instructions to the kings and princes, Lord Krishna immediately arranged for their comfort and asked many servants and maidservants to take care of them. Lord Krishna requested Sahadev, the son of King Jarasandha. Oh, so now we've got another Sahadev. There's one of the Panch Pandavas, Sahadev, and now we've got Sahadev, the son of King Jarasandha, to supply all necessities to the kings and show them all respects and honor. In pursuance of the order of Lord Krishna, Sahadev offered them all honor and presented them with ornaments, garments, garlands, and other paraphernalias. After taking their baths and dressing very nicely, the kings appeared happy and gentle. Well, they were very gentle because they were completely exhausted. Or in other words, they were knackered. So they were feeling very gentle, just like if you've been through a great sickness, you've been through a fever, some very heavy flu, some whatever. After you've been through a very heavy cleansing of the body, you feel very peaceful. This is one of the symptoms of cleansing. So they've been cleansed of their false ego very nicely by the Lord. Therefore, they felt very gentle. They were supplied nice food. Lord Krishna supplied everything for their comfort, as befitting their royal positions. Since the kings were so mercifully treated by Lord Krishna, they felt great happiness, and their bright faces appeared just like the stars in the sky after the end of the rainy season. All nicely dressed and ornamented, their earrings glittering. They were then seated on chariots bedecked with gold and jewels and drawn by decorated horses. After seeing that each was taken care of, Lord Krishna, in a sweet voice, asked them to return to their respective kingdoms. By his liberal behavior, unparalleled in the history of the world, Lord Krishna released all the kings who had been in the clutches of Jarasandha, and the kings, being fully satisfied, began to chant his holy name. Well, the kings had a big kirtan. Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama.
Hare Hare.
The kings are having a fabulous kirtan now. It was called King Kirtan. And they were very, very pleased. The kings, obviously, they were feeling transcendental bliss, and they were thinking of his holy name, form, and glories, his pastimes of the Lord. Thus engaged, they returned to their respective kingdoms. The citizens of their kingdoms were greatly pleased to see them, and when they heard of the kind dealings of Lord Krishna, they were all very happy. The kings began to manage the affairs of their kingdoms in accordance with the instructions of Lord Krishna, and all those kings and their subjects passed their days very happily. This is a vivid example of a Krishna-conscious society. If the people of the world, taking into account their respective material qualities, divide the whole world into 4 social orders, varnashram, for material progress, and 4 orders for spiritual progress, centering these orders on Krishna and following the instructions of Krishna, as stated in the Bhagavad Gita, the entire human society will undoubtedly be happy. This is the lesson we have to take from this incident. So we're 2 paragraphs away from the end, or maybe 1. So we'll remember that now next week. 1 last paragraph to go in the story of Lord Krishna returns to the city of Hastinapur. Okay, thank you very much. Anybody else have something to say before we finish?
Hare Krishna, all glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Right.
Hari Bol, Hari Krishna.
Thank
Thank you, Prabhu. Oh, just thank you very much for your, very sweet reading, very nice reading and sharing. A joy to listen to. Thank you. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Jigna?
Yeah.
Yes, Janaki.
No, I just happened to come across it as I was just skimming through my phone, and there you go. So
Was it on Vedic Society or somewhere else?
I can't even remember now. Just something I was looking at, and I saw it, and I just clicked on it, and there we are. So
Bang! Well, you're
Krishna's
most welcome.
amazing.
It's
Thank you.
7:30 on a Tuesday. What
Yeah.
better thing to do at 7:30 on Tuesday if you're at home
Absolutely, yes.
is dive into the transcendental pages of the Krishna book with the devotees.
Yes.
We usually have a big group, but some of us are in India, some of them are traveling, and tonight it's 4 of us. But you're welcome to come back anytime.
Thank you very much, Hare Krishna.
Bring friends. You bring your friends. Everyone gets to read, and
Yeah.
everyone gets to say something.
Yeah.
But of course, Big Mouth here says the most.
It's lovely to hear you, Prabhu. It's lovely to hear your realizations. Thank you for sharing.
Haribol, thank you.
Hare
Haribol,
Krishna.
Jigna.
Thank you so much. That was really nice.
Okay, see you next week.
Hare
Haribol.
Krishna. Hare Bol.
Haribol.
Hare Bol, Hare Krishna. All glories.
Haribol.